Hello there, you're watching Leadership TV News. I am Cynthia Onwado. Social critic Madi Shehu has questioned President Bola Tinubu's sudden efforts to secure the release of former Deputy Senate President Ekweremadu from a UK prison, calling the move politically motivated. Shehu, in a post on his official X account on Tuesday, said Tinubu's decision is set up, or rather to set up a high-powered committee to engage the UK government is less about humanitarian concern and more about strategic calculations ahead of the 2027 general election. According to Shehu, the only feasible route now would be a prisoner transfer agreement if such a treaty ensures. He said, President Tinubu suddenly woke from his diplomatic slumber and remembered Ekweremadu, who has been in prison since his 2023 conviction for organ trafficking. He noted that Nigeria currently lacks a substantive High Commissioner in the UK, a position that could have handled the matter through established diplomatic channels, and argued that the UK justice system is largely unpenetratable. The activist further suggested that the president's intervention is aimed at political optics, pointing out that Ekweremadu is a prominent Igbo figure whose support could be influential ahead of the next election. Shehu also noted that other Nigerians convicted abroad are unlikely to receive similar attention. And now moving on in the news, Pope Leo has appointed Nigerian-born Augustinian priest Reverend Father Edward Daleng as the new Vice-Regent of the Prefecture of the Papal household. The Vatican announced the appointment on Monday, marking a notable recognition of Nigerian clergy within the Catholic Church's top administrative ranks. The Prefecture of the Papal household is one of the Vatican's oldest and most important offices, responsible for managing the Pope's daily engagements and ensuring that every activity follows papal tradition and protocol. In his new role, Father Daleng will assist Archbishop Leonardo Sapienza, the current regent, in coordinating the Pope's private and public audiences, including meetings with heads of state, diplomats, and church leaders. A member of the Order of Augustine, or rather St. Augustine, Father Daleng brings extensive pastoral, academic, and administrative experience to the position. His appointment reflects Pope Leo's ongoing efforts to promote inclusivity and highlight the global nature of the Catholic Church. Moving on in the news now, former Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Babacha Lawal, has defended American Christians' right to support Nigerian Christians, saying such intervention aligns with biblical principles of Christian solidarity. Lawal spoke during an interview on Channels Television on Monday, responding to allegations by the United States government of genocide against Christians in Nigeria and former President Donald Trump's warning of potential military action. He argued that the Nigerian government was guaranteed citizen safety and welfare. He said, the government should ensure us, or rather assure us they can give us the peace and prosperity we desire. If they are unable to do that, they cannot blame any part of the society that decides to seek help from anywhere. Lawal explained that defending fellow believers is a core teaching in Christianity, noting that believers have a duty to protect one another regardless of nationality or ethnicity. In the Bible, we are taught to be our brother's keepers. If American Christians decide to come to the aid of Nigerian Christians because they are in distress, that is biblical, he added. He also highlighted the scale of violence in Nigeria, describing it as genocide, targeting Christians and some Muslim communities. He criticized the government for downplaying insecurity concerns and vilifying those who speak out. Now, former French President Nicolas Sarkozy have returned home after a Paris court granted his release pending appeal following his conviction for criminal conspiracy related to alleged Libyan funding of his 2007 presidential campaign. The 70-year-old was found guilty on September 25, 2025 of criminal conspiracy linked to funds allegedly provided by the regime of late Libyan leader Muammar Gaddafi. He was sentenced to 5 years in prison, fined 100,000 euros and banned from public office for 5 years. Sarkozy began serving his sentence on October 21st at La Santé prison in Paris, marking a historic first for a modern French head of state. During his detention, he described the experience as tough, really tough, draining as it would be for any detainee, while reaffirming his faith in France's judicial process. The Paris Appeal Court ruled that Sarkozy did not pose a flight risk and allowed his release under strict judicial supervision, including a ban on leaving France and restrictions on contacting certain individuals involved in the case. Since leaving office in 2012, Sarkozy has faced multiple legal challenges, including a 2023 conviction for corruption and influence peddling, which he served under electronic surveillance. He was consistently denied wrongdoing, calling himself a victim of political persecution. Following his release, Sarkozy wrote on social media, "Truth will prevail. The end of the story remains to be written." His youngest son, Louis Sarkozy, celebrated the moment with a childhood photo of them and the caption, "Vive la liberté." Now on sports news, Portuguese soccer superstar Cristiano Ronaldo has confirmed that the 2026 World Cup will be his final appearance as he approaches the end of an extraordinary career. Ronaldo made the announcement on Tuesday while speaking at a Saudi forum via video link. The 40-year-old striker, who has scored over 950 goals for clubs and country, said he plans to retire from football within 1 or 2 years. "Definitely, yes," he told the forum when asked whether 2026 would be his World Cup swan song. "I'm going to be 41 years old and I think it will be the moment." The 5-time Ballon d'Or winner, who now plays for Saudi Arabia's Al Nassr, is aiming to compete in his 6th World Cup. He came closest to lifting the trophy in 2006 when Portugal lost to France in the semi-finals. Portugal has yet to secure qualification for the 2026 tournament set to be held across the USA, Canada, and Mexico, but a win over Ireland on Thursday would secure their spot. Finally, now to entertainment news. Nollywood actress Regina has expressed joy over the release of her brother Samuel Ujeogwu, popularly known as Sammy West, who regained his freedom after being arrested and charged with criminal conspiracy, trespass, assault, intimidation, and theft. His arrest was reportedly linked to a petition filed by the actress's estranged husband, Senator Ned Nwoko. Confirming the development on Instagram, Daniels shared the video saying, "And my brother is out, so one battle down." She also thanked fans for their overwhelming support, saying, "The kind of love I received this period makes me emotional. Joke's on you, Ned, because you thought people would hate me." The Federal Capital Territory Police Command had arraigned Ujeogwu on November 6th following a petition received in late October. An Abuja magistrate court later granted him bail in the sum of 5 million naira, secured by a legal team led by human rights lawyer Marshal Abubakar. The case was adjourned to November 28. Videos shared online by activists Omoyele Sowore also showed friends and celebrities, including Mercy Johnson, celebrating his release. That's all the news we have for you on Leadership TV. For more of our news stories, you can log on to our website, www.leadership.ng. Thanks for watching.
Thank you for watching. For sponsorship and advert placements, please contact 080-3688-6158. Last Word Leadership Podcast Studio. You have the last word.